Prepare to be shocked as you will learn about a case of injustice and corruption in Chelyabinsk, Russia, and how it might concern you and your future. In this case, a participant of the Creative Society who was sharing flyers about the project found herself entangled in a fraudulent scheme, accused of illegal missionary activity. This video exposes the shocking truth behind the obviously orchestrated plot.
So, how it all started. At her own store, a participant of the Creative Society project was sharing information about the project through flyers and newspapers. One day, a visitor of the shop, an old lady, was displeased with these materials and reported it to the police. Interestingly, this important witness did not appear on any of the 2 court sessions, and meanwhile, she stated that no illegal act had been committed against her in reality.
But this absence of offense did not stop the police. They left all the unsolved crimes aside and rushed to the shop of the volunteer, and already in 9 minutes were ready to face this dangerous violator. Obviously, there is no case more urgent than to stop spreading information about peace and unity. What followed next was an unfair trial full of procedural errors and even illegal acts, violating fundamental human rights. Let's glimpse at just a few examples of these violations.
The testimonies of the so-called witnesses from the prosecution lacked credibility, raising doubts about their objectivity. The 2 witnesses at the court were Sergei Manturov, deputy head of the Department of the Center of Countering Extremism of the Chelyabinsk region, and Konstantin Putnik, the head of the missionary department of the Chelyabinsk Diocese of the Russian Orthodox Church, who, by the way, failed to provide definition of missionary activity. Let's hear Mr. Putnik's testimonies.
I don't know the defendant personally. I don't know anything about the nature of the crime. I was called here to talk about the religious organization Allatra.
Why on earth is he speaking about Allatra if the case is on the Creative Society project? Just for your information, the Creative Society project was founded on the platform of the international public movement Allatra, but soon became a separate project. Why? Because Allatra is aimed at inner development, and this is everyone's personal choice. And the Creative Society is a social project which strives for peace and good living conditions for everyone around the globe. Being itself out of religion and politics, it has participants from different religions and also a lot of atheists.
Let's get back to the case. So, if you want to talk about Allatra, let's do it. The question from the attorney.
Is there any court decision or normative document that defines Allatra as a religious organization?
Not yet. This is my personal professional opinion.
What is your educational background?
Teacher of history and socio-economic disciplines.
So, it appears that a teacher of history who doesn't even know the defendant came to the court to talk about the movement, which was not even the subject of the case, and claiming that he is an expert, which is doubtful. But did the court have a necessary expertise opinion?
Yes, but it simply disregarded the scientific and legal expertise opinion presented by the defense. Such an expertise opinion should be central to the decision-making process of the court. This disregard, together with the absence of comprehensive expert analysis, undermined the integrity of the trial. The lack of thorough examination raises concerns about the fairness and objectivity of this trial.
But the fine isn't the case. The true goal of the trial was to equate Creative Society with Allatra, define Allatra as a religious organization, and therefore Creative Society can be labeled as a religious movement, which is an absolutely absurd and ridiculous statement. What do they need it for?
Defining Creative Society as a religion, they can easily ban it.
Just for the understanding, Allatra International Public Movement is not and cannot be a religious organization. Allatra is first and foremost a book on inner development, which inspired people to start a movement and promote spiritual and moral values in our society. Is there anything illegal in sharing such values?
You take the book, you read it, and what you do with what you learned is your choice. If you want to help in projects organized by Allatra, help. If you secretly strive for power, you'll stop enjoying it, and sooner or later you will leave, because power has no place in Allatra IPM. Only responsibility and pure volunteering. No one will ask you for membership fees, and you can't get financially rich by helping a project either. Allatra does not seek power or money, does not own buildings, has no assets.
And the priest, these wolves in women's clothes adorned with gold and the signs of Christ's passion, know this very well. But Alatra is committing something unacceptable to them. It shares the truth about this world and about the true meaning of human life. And the Creative Society started as one of the projects of Alatra and is now an independent movement.
This is a social project.
It gives an opportunity for humanity to live in peace and security,
A chance for a tremendous technological evolution that will benefit everyone.
including those actively trying to humiliate, ridicule, discredit, and destroy this project. After all, it is also in their interest to create the conditions for overcoming the global crisis with maximum lives saved, including their own.
But they do not want to give up the intoxicating poison of power. And if we remain silent, we will all pay the price for their greed, egoism, or simple human stupidity.
Unfortunately, without exaggeration, with our own lives.
They're so intoxicated that they rob themselves and their loved ones of their future. Learn more about who these people are in our next videos.
We will not be silent.